And the dagger is from the murder game. Careful now, that's sharp. The trick one was substituted in that too.
In for the kill.
Yes.
Oh, I can't understand why that play didn't run.
Well, critics peeing on it might have been the answer.
The train must have been late, wasn't it?
No, Mr. Bruhl was. The train was on time.
Well, I had to stop and get gas. Frank insisted on fondling the spark plugs.
You know that gunplay was the first play I ever saw. I had an aunt in New York, and I came in on the train one Saturday by myself, another person from Hartford. She took me to the matinee. I was only 12 years old.
If you're trying to depress me, you've made it.
Ow. Well, I'm sorry. But that's how I got hooked on thrillers.
Angel Street did it for me.
Bella, where's the grocery bill, eh? What have you done with it, you poor, wretched creature? I was 15.
Sounds like a disease being passed from generation to generation.
Oh, it is a disease. Thrilleritis malignus. The fevered pursuit of the 1 cent 5 character moneymaker.
Oh, I'm not pursuing money. Not that I wouldn't like to have a place like this to work in. But that's not the reason I wrote Deathtrap.
You're still an early case.
It's not a disease. It's a tradition. A superbly challenging theatrical framework in which every possible variation seems to have been played. Well, can I conjure up a few new ones? Can I startle an audience that's been on Angel Street, that's dialed them for murder, that's witnessed the prosecution, that's played the murder?
Lovely speech, and thanks for saving me for the last.
I was coming to sleuth.
I'm glad I stopped you.
So am I. I'm a little euphoric about all that's happening.
As well you should be.
Well, would you like something to drink?
Oh, yes, please. Here's some ginger ale.
Yes. Sidney, Scott?
No thanks, darling. I believe I'll have ginger ale too.
These aren't all from your plays, are they?
Oh, God, no, I haven't written that many. Friends give me things now, and I proud the antique shops.
Now there's a disease.
Yes, and a super excuse for not working.
I picked that up the other day in Ridgefield.
18th century German.
Oh, it's beautiful.
As you can see, I kept my spiritual child under lock and key.
I've got the original.
Thank God. Well, my doctor told me I really should be wearing glasses, but he said the longer I could go without them, the better off I would be.
Here you are.
Oh, there you are.
It's not in a binder for the Xeroxing.
That makes no, never mind.
I've got the first draft here, too. There's a scene between Diane and Carlo at the end of Act I that I may have been wrong to cut. And the Diane and Richard scene starts earlier, before they know Carlo's back.
Did you do several drafts?
Just one. It's a mess, but I think you'll be able to decipher it if you'd like to see those two scenes.
Yes, I would. I had a feeling there was a scene between Diane and Carlo I wasn't seeing before the murder.
Yeah, I was afraid the act would run too long.
Thanks. What else do you have in there?
Oh, the outline, which I departed from considerably. I made it the way you suggested, a page per scene, loose leaf, and some lines I jotted down never got to use.
And threw away the ones you did use as you used to. Same way I would.
Everything was in the one folder, so I just grabbed it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Smart.
It's a 2-hour walk to the station, so I had to leave right after we talked.
2 hours.
Oh, I walk longer than that. I'm one driver who's not going to get flabby. I work out with weights every morning. You know, I came this close to being on the Olympic decathlon team.
Really?
Oh, this close.
Well, remind me never to argue with you. I'm a member of the Olympic slot team. Yes, gold medal. I can ball sleep in any position. Oh, Deathtrap. Deathtrap.
Deathtrap. It will be toasted with more than ginger ale someday. Just Sidney's right about it, and I'm sure he is.
I hope so. I toasted it with beer the other night.
Well, we have some. Would you rather?
No, this is fine, thanks.
Are you planning on staying in here?
Yes.
Do you think I overdid the set description? All the exact locations for each piece of furniture?
Set description? No. This is perfect. It couldn't be better. You certainly type beautifully. Electric?
Oh, no. I can't see electric typewriters. If there's a power failure, you can't work.
Well, that's the whole point in owning one. No, it's a problem, actually, that I have with Zenobia there, at any rate, is that you can only make one decent carpet. Well, the second carpet is so muddy as to almost be illegible.
Sidney has some wonderful ideas for improving your play, Mr. Anderson.
I'm sure he does. I'm looking forward to hearing them.
Couldn't you do that in the living room, dear?
There's no good work like
shouldn't. I think that was the trouble with Murderous Child. If you'll forgive me for saying so. From the opening curtain, it was so obvious that Dr. Mann was going to bash poor Teddy that he didn't leave any room for doubt. I mean, the audience should suspect, yes, but they shouldn't be absolutely certain, should they? Doesn't that tend to diminish the suspense?
Well, you may have a point. I wish you had mentioned over the phone that you wanted Myra to read it. I would have asked you to bring along another carpet. Well, she could be reading it right now while we have our talk.
I didn't know she'd be interested in it anyway. I don't have one.
You don't have another carpet?
I only made the one. I thought I'd be Xeroxing the original as soon as I was through.
Of course. There's no need for 2 or 3 anymore in the age of Xerox.
She can read this one, and we can pass the pages back and forth. I can just sit next to you.
Wait just a minute. I want to think for a moment.
Oh, Mr. Anderson, Sidney is bursting with creative ideas about your play. Why, I have never seen him so enthusiastic. Now he gets plays in the mail very often. Finished plays that are ready for production. From his agents, from producers, from aspiring playwrights. He just laughs and sneers and says the most disparaging things you could possibly imagine. I know he can improve your play tremendously. He can turn it into a hit that can run for years and years and make more than enough money for everyone concerned.
Is that what you meant by I'll be quiet?
I won't be quiet. Now, I'm going to say something that has been on my mind ever since your phone conversation. It is very wrong for you to expect Sidney to give you the fruit of his years of experience, his hard-won knowledge, without any critical pause that the seminar was still in session.
He offered to give
And
me
it's very wrong of you to have offered to give it to him. Now, I am the one in this house whose feet are on the ground and whose eyes are on the checkbook. Now, I'm going to say something to you, Sidney. It may come as a shock to you, but I want you to give it your grave and your thoughtful and your earnest consideration. Will you do that? Will you promise to do that for me? Now, put aside the play you're working on. Yes. Put aside the play about Helga Tentor and how she finds murderers and keys under clothes dryers. Now, put it aside and help Mr. Anderson. Now, collaborate with him. Now, that's what I'm suggesting. That's what I think is the fair and the sensible and the rational thing to do in this situation. Deathtrap by Clifford Anderson, Sidney Bruhl. Unless Mr. Anderson feels that in deference of your age and reputation, it should be the other way around.
Well, that's quite a shocker, Myra. Put aside the drowning wife.
I thought it was Brownie.
Drowning? No. What kind of a title would that be? I'm calling it the drowning wife at the moment. Has these women's lib overtones, plus the ESP. It's such a timely play.
Well, it will keep. Now, people are always interested in the side people who point at someone and say, this man murdered that man. Oh, put it aside, Sidney. And you, Mr. Anderson, what George S. Kaufman did for you.
Well, that's very persuasive, Myra. How does it grab you?
Oh, wow. I suddenly feel as if I'm on the spot.
Well, you are. Myra's put you there. Put us both there.
Well, I felt it should be brought up now.
Yes.
Before anything else was done.
Yes, you're quite right. Quite right. What's your reaction, Clifford?
First of all, let me say that I am overwhelmed, or really honored and staggered that Sidney Bruhl would even consider the idea of putting aside one of his own plays to work with me on mine. I mean, there I was, sitting in that theater when I was just 12 years old, and who would think that someday I'd be standing here waiting the chance to
Get
work
the
with
gist of this passage.
It's a golden opportunity that I'm sure I ought to seize with both hands.
Yes, you should.
But the thing is, it's as if I went to a doctor, one of the world's leading specialists, and he recommended surgery. Well, even with my respect for his eminence and his experience, I would still want to get a second opinion, wouldn't I? I'm sure your ideas are terrific, but you're right, Mrs. Bruhl. It wouldn't be fair for me to hear them now without some sort of an understanding or arrangement. And to be perfectly honest, right now, without having heard them, I feel that Deathtrap is very good as it is. Oh, not perfect, certainly. I guess it could still use a little fine-tuning. But I'm not sure it needs
Sidney's always been an idol of mine. These are a pair of his handcuffs.
Sidney, please.
Relax, darling. Clifford isn't the type of person who would steal someone else's idea. You wouldn't do that, would you?
Of course not.
See? No cause for alarm. His heart as far from fraud as heaven from earth. Remarkable man, indeed. Made all of his own magical apparatus. Did you know that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Magnificent craftsmanship. Have a look.
Sidney, please.
Sit down,
Don't,
Myra.
I beg you. For
Sit
God's
down,
sake.
Myra. And stop being so all-fired suspicious of everyone who comes through the door. We had a nasty experience a few years back with a plagiaristic playwright. Well, I won't mention his name, since he's gone to his major, recalled for repairs. Ever since, Myra gets alarmed if I even tell a fellow playwright the language I'm working in. Don't take it personally. Have a good look at those. They're really quite remarkable.
They look so old.
They were meant to be, and apparently solid and escape-proof.
They certainly seem that way.
Be my guest.
You mean put them on?
Yes, that's what I mean when you're sitting there holding my prize pair of $1,200 Houdini handcuffs, and I say, be my guest. Put them on.
$1,200.
Now, turn your wrist like so. Press and pull. No, you're not doing it right. It has to be one quick single motion, like this. Turn, press, pull, all in one.
No, they're not opening.
That's funny. It worked for me yesterday morning. It's not a question of there not being oil.
Guess I'm just not Houdini.
Well, that's all right. I have the key here, somewhere. Now, don't go on fooling with them. You're liable to ruin them.
Sorry.
Key, little brass key. Where are you?
Do you know, this could be a good thriller.
How so?
A young playwright sends his first play to an older playwright who conducted a seminar that the young playwright attended. And no one else has read the play. And then he comes to visit the older playwright to get some ideas for rewrites. And he brings along his original copy and all his notes and everything. Of course, you'd have to have the Xerox breaking down and explain why there are only the two copies. And the play would have to be a very good one. The one the young playwright wrote, I mean. And the older playwright would have to have nothing much going for him at the time.
An enormous combination of unlikely circumstances, don't you think?
Yes, maybe. Well, we've almost got it here, haven't we? The only difference is that you've got the drowning wife that had the Houdini play, and Deathtrap probably isn't worth killing for. Why, I'll bet nobody even saw me getting into your car.
Well, there you have it. You've licked the second play problem.
Yeah. Still, I think it could be turned into something fairly interesting. What do you think, Mrs. Bruhl?
Well, I don't like it. It frightens me.
I wonder if I could have put it up here someplace.
I forgot to mention, I should be getting a phone call any minute now. There's a girl who's coming to see me at 8:30. That's around what time it is now, isn't it? And I couldn't reach her before I left, so I left her a note on the hall mirror telling her where I was and giving the number. So she can call me and find out what train I'll be taking back. So she can pick me up at the station. 1 2-hour walk per day is just about enough for me. So I hope you find the key soon, or else you'll just have to hold the phone for me.
How is she going to get in to read the note?
She has a key.
Well, you're not a very conscientious house sitter.
She's honest.
I thought you said in the car that you didn't know anyone in Milford but for a few tradespeople.
She's from Hartford. Her name is Marietta Klinowski, and she teaches at Cork Middle School.
Is that? Where did you get the number? It's not listed.
They gave it to me at the university along with your address. I'm friendly with Mrs. Beecham there.
Beecham?
Yes, you know, the short red-haired lady with the hearing aid.
Well, I hope she gave you the right number. I had it changed a few weeks ago, and obscene caller was boring us, and I'm afraid I didn't notify good old you of Cobb. What number did you leave for Miss Klinowski?
I don't remember it.
225. 2263049, or was it 2265457?
The first one, 3049.
The new number. Well, I must have notified the university and forgot about it. How strange and how untypical of me.
Would you go on looking for the key, please?
Oh, certainly.
Sidney, my heart won't take it.
That won't take what, dear? My finding the key? I do believe the two of you thought I was going to grab that mace and do a Dr. Mannheim. Clifford, is that why you've withdrawn so far up stage?
You can't write a play like that and not have a mind that envisions possibility.
True, very true. I'm slightly paranoid myself. What's your excuse, so loyal and trusting wife? 11 years of marriage, and she thinks I'm capable of flesh and blood murder. There's a lesson in that for you, Clifford. Come, uncuff yourself. Deathtrap is promising, but it isn't that promising.
I'm glad it isn't.
No, I think your best invention yet was the name Marietta Klinowski. That's lovely. I congratulate you.
Thank you.
I can see the sweat on her forearms after the basketball game. Mrs. Beecham's hearing aid, however, was a bit much.
I thought it was the kind of convincing detail you told us to try for her. Are you sure this is the right key?
Ye gods, Houdini opened them inside of a milk can in a matter of minutes. You mean to tell me that you can't do it in just a few Your heart seems to have taken it.
Barely.
Well, we'll give it a rest on the Riviera after the opening. And we'll get a housekeeper, too. You can take things easy. And another car. A goddamn Rolls Royce.
We're going to be arrested.
Oh, I don't see how. Would-be playwright walks away from a house-sitting job. Police aren't even going to bother to yawn.
Leaving his clothes and his typewriter.
Well, why not? Who can understand young people nowadays, especially the would-be playwrights? Maybe he decided he wouldn't be. Went off to preach at college. Or joined the Reverend Sung Young Moon. Or perhaps somebody broke in and stole the little Smith Corona.
And what are you going to do with him?
Bury him. Behind the garage. No, in the vegetable patch. Easier digging. Take a brandy or something. I'm going to be a winner again, Myra. And all of your friends are going to see you living off of my money. Picture their confusion. Full moon, all right. I hope this isn't going to become a monthly practice. Would you mind helping me carry? It's been done, Myra.